Hi, Tim Lambert with the Texas Homeschool Coalition. I want to talk today about freedom in Texas for homeschoolers. You know, 30 years ago, homeschoolers are being prosecuted, and Texas homeschoolers sued the state of Texas in the Lieber case. That's well established today and seen as a good thing, but in those days there were people who said that was a bad idea because it would draw attention to us. It would likely lead to regulation. We pushed through that, and after a 10-year legal battle, won freedom in Texas and set a whole new standard for freedom in our state. Our friends at HSLDA have sometimes disagreed with us, and they did back in the 90s when they urged us not to use the term homeschool in the Texas statute. They said doing so would increase attention and would likely lead to regulation. We, on the other hand, felt it was important to be bold and to clearly, beyond the shadow of a doubt in the statute, clarify that homeschool students could not be discriminated against for college admission at state universities or in dual credit classes at community college. Later, as we pushed for a bill to force public schools to not deny homeschoolers testing and PSAT tests, HSLDA encouraged us not to define a homeschool in statute. They argued that that would limit our freedom and likely cause regulation. We pushed forward, and as a result of that, homeschoolers today have full access to PSAT testing at public schools. So our friends at HSLDA have a different paradigm than we do. They are attorneys, they are seeking to avoid risk. We, on the other hand, are Texans. We want to push for freedom. We're about freedom. And let me just make a distinction. You know, in the bills, the ESA bills, the Tebow bills, those bills are for freedom. There's nothing in the language of those bills that would cause harm or limit the freedom of anyone who doesn't want to participate. And if you do want to participate, there's just requirements to do that. There's a distinction I would make between a requirement to participate and regulation. So regulation is when the state says all homeschoolers have to do X. But you know what? If you're a homeschooler and you don't do a dual credit class at a community college, you got to take a test. If you want to get a driver's license as a parent-taught driver ed in Texas, you have to take a test. Those are not regulations of homeschooling. Those are simply a requirement to participate in that program. And that's the reason we support the freedom that is present in the ESA bills and the Tim Tebow bills, because they bring freedom. So THSC has always been about freedom. And we are continuing to be about freedom. And we will not oppose freedom in the mistaken notion that somehow that will secure our future. Thanks. I hope you'll keep helping us keep Texas families free.